That is why the Niger is a star.
We've climbed the mountains, we've swum the rivers, we've broken several chains. That is why we are who we are. We've climbed the mountains, we've swum the rivers, we've broken several chains. That is why we are who
This week on Lens, it's all about celebrating our fashion, music, photography, film, television, and events as we celebrate the 60th independence anniversary of our country.
we all leans on one big tree.
We family like 1, 2, 3.
And we positive, we are positive. And we positive, we are positive. We all leans on one big tree.
Some veteran creatives made sacrifices and legacies so that today's generation can feed on ideas and build a career in their respective fields. Imagine the number of musicians that have adopted the Afrobeat style of the legendary Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Coming up, a look at fashion in Nigeria and the global strength of our styles. Fashion is undoubtedly one of Nigeria's global strengths, as our designers are not just locally but internationally acclaimed with strong style influences. Kamsi Tcharles, a Lagos-based fashion designer, tells us more.
Okay, I think generally we have grown because I would say it's that prior to this time nobody really paid attention to what African dress culture had to offer, but recently I just have the feeling from all I can see now that a lot of people are actually beginning to look from other environments into Africa for inspiration and for inspiration generally. So I think we've been able to get the attention of the world to say okay, these guys are actually doing something great here. Oh, there's actually stories they have to tell with their fabrics and with their style and all of that. It's authentic, and then so I think we're beginning to push beyond the borders of Africa, as it were, because at the moment, to be honest, about 80 to 90% of our sales now come from the diaspora. So that's to tell you that a lot of people are beginning to look this way for whatever way. There's no way we can compete with anybody. In terms of trying to sell their own culture, we can't go to the Europe or the Europeans and then begin to compete with them on how to sell their stories or cultures. But this is ours, and then we just have to sell it. So if we can do more on, more work on trying to sell our stories and then our culture, then we would ultimately work well or be better for us. That's what I just feel. So I think that is still what we should keep doing. I'm actually happy that there are a lot of younger generation who are really, most of them are basically using more of the African inspired fabrics and maybe oriented fabrics.
Kamsi is also influenced by the works of Adewuyi, who has stores in Lagos, Abuja, and London.
Someone like Adewuyi, as we all know, has always been big with African inspired fabrics. He uses most of the times he uses Adire for his designs and all of that. And then that was an inspiration for me, because ordinarily you would assume that our fabrics are not of some people look at it and assume that it's from Africa, so it shouldn't be something expensive or it shouldn't be something of great value. But someone like him was able to create value with our fabrics, and that is exactly what I have been able to also do, or what I have been striving to do, because I just felt that if these are our fabrics and these are our stories, that there wouldn't be anyone else who would be able to tell the stories more than we telling the stories ourselves, because again, it's our story, so we know it better.
Our story goes beyond having international fashion brands, but also winning globally. One of such people is Frank Oshodi.
Our traditional fabrics are not like for every climate. You understand that? And those who weave them are also working towards trying to make them softer so that they are durable for all kind of weathers, and which is still okay. I also like the fact that yes, we treat them specially. We use them for occasional events. However, I still think some of them need to be like produced in a way that you can wear them for office as jackets and the rest of it. However, we have to understand that during the day you need wears that are soft and they are comfortable. And if our traditional fabrics are not really that comfortable to wear during the day, what can we do? We're also thinking of going international. It's global. I mean, the fashion is a global business now.
Frank Oshodi has actually been in the fashion industry for about 30 years, and he is globally known for styling Agbani Darego at the Miss World pageant in 2001.
Is Miss Nigeria.
That victory put his work on the map internationally as a talented celebrity designer.
Working with Agbani was a whole lot simple. Agbani is very stressless. She keeps to time. She kept to time throughout the rehearsals when I was grooming her for the pageant. She kept to time. She's not fussy about what you're making. She just trusts you to do what you wish to do, and she understands. Once in a while, she puts in her say, right, like here and there. But she's just so adorable to work with. She's one of the easiest people in the world to work with, really. When Agbani comes out, she comes out like a swan. She has long limbs, long legs. Her legs are endlessly long and long neck and everything. She comes out like a peacock. You understand? So that was what came to mind. And then, peacock is mostly like black and green. And then you have your other colors attached to it. And I just remember that Nigeria is about green and white for me was completely out of it. But we had to pick the kind of green that I know blends with her skin complexion to show virginity, to show prosperity, you understand, and freshness. That was how we came to picking green. We agreed on the green color. And I didn't want to add too many things, so it does not take away from her physical features. She's very adorably beautiful. So that was how we came to green. No sleeves. I wanted to show off her neck. That was why we had the low decolletage neck, you understand? And then we put Swarovski stones around the neck, but I didn't want to overdo it because I didn't want to overwhelm her and make her look old.
Your question was sent in by Rose Ung from India. And her question is, in this man's world, what do you think you can change that a man cannot?
First and foremost, I entered the Miss World competition because I know it's a very charitable organization. And in this man's world, if there's anything I can do, to help the less privileged in the society, because I really, really want to give them as much help as I can give. I love helping the needy at all times, and I have this great love for humanity that helps me and prompts me to be the best I can be and to help everyone in need.
Thank you very much.
If you see Agbani tomorrow, she still looks, most time you see her looks like she's bare, no makeup. Her makeup is very minimal. Because it's not about how heavy. You see young girls these days, you don't even know them anymore. They don't look young anymore. 16-year-old girl, attachment here and there, heavy makeup. Everybody is so overdone and everybody's looking so plastic. I think they need to learn to cut it back a little. And some of them don't know the difference between stage makeup, day makeup, and everything is, and like natural tones. They don't know all that. They just wear heavy makeup. You come, you see the makeup, like they're wearing masks. I think they need to learn to cut back and learn to understand that there's a need for their skin to breathe, and there's a need for them to understand there's a need for them to stay young. So stay young.
Coming up, a medical doctor using his photography skills to inform and educate Nigerians as he volunteers at one of the COVID-19 isolation centers in Nigeria. Aside film and books, photography is another way history is documented, and coming generations can always refer to it and understand a lot about the country. This also includes numerous past and present events. Dr. Femi Adewuyi, a photographer who volunteered to work at one of the COVID isolation centers in Lagos, Nigeria.
We find out that most people now have portrait headshots on LinkedIn to try to push the right image of themselves and their brands. We find out that state governments are having photographs to tell the story of what they are doing. The same thing goes for different sectors. So everybody is leveraging on using photography to spread their message. So it's no longer what it used to be that you just go to studio, take your picture and hang it. Photography has now become a means of communication. Also, the advent of cell phones and cell phones have made so many people have access to making pictures themselves. So you find out that people doing eye reports, people taking pictures of what is going on their streets, people having a rally or a protest or a party. A lot of people are now taking images to show what is happening, and that has democratized photography, if I would say it that way. So the pictures I take today, like for instance, I took photos of the COVID-19 response. I took pictures at the isolation center. To someone, they are just pictures. But in future, if another outbreak happens in maybe 500 years from now, those pictures will tell a story of how we responded to it in 2020, and it will give them an idea of what to build on. So photos are not just for social, but they are for social reasons, but they are something to hold people accountable, to hold the government or our politicians accountable to their promises, to show what change has happened over the long time, and to give us a sense of identity, to know where we are coming from, so that we can chart our progress into the future. A good number of people find it amazing that I'm a photographer and also a practicing doctor, because they seem very divergent, but there are things I've been able to bring together to tell stories that will help to prevent disease. So for the COVID-19 response, I volunteered in the case management, where we manage patients, and I also told the stories of the healthcare workers and some of the patients. Now, the value of that is quite a number of Nigerians believe COVID-19 is a scam, that the numbers are fake, that it's just a way to extort money. But the pictures show, they put faces behind the numbers you see on the NCDC website and daily post. They put faces, they put stories. So for those who are open-minded, they will look at those pictures and realize that really COVID-19 is real, and it also stares them in the face, and they have to admit and more or less be able to change their behavior.
Dr. Adewuyi also talked about the photographers who are doing amazing works as image makers and influencers in the country.
A good number of people are pushing the boundaries in photography. The most popular that we'll start with are the Kelechi Amadiobi, T.Y. Bello. Those have those have been very popular and a lot of people know them. But there are a few people that have also been pushing that are behind the scenes. If you know, those who know Tamfio Fury, is one of the fathers of the profession. He's still alive. He's shooting Papa Ojekere of blessed memory, his pictures documenting hairstyles. I've also told the story, a forgotten history of Nigeria, because most of us did not even grow up seeing those hairstyles and what happened then. So we also have younger people. Demola Olaniran is the photographer of His Excellency, Governor Sanwo-Olu, and he's doing a remarkable job showing how governance is taking, solving the problems of people. Bayo Moporiwo, the photographer to His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, has also taken, he has given an image to the president. Compared with other previous presidents who had their own photographers, he has been able to make the president a person that everybody can relate with.
As we work to return to normalcy after the COVID-19 lockdown, please remember that the pandemic is not over. We need to keep observing and practicing all necessary steps in controlling the spread of the coronavirus. It is very important to maintain the basic rules required to stop the spread. To ensure the breaking of the chain of transmission, we must continue to keep physical distance of at least 1.5 meters of each other when we go out. Wash your hands frequently for at least 20 seconds. Use a face mask when you go out. Your life is in your own hands. COVID-19 is real. Stay safe.
Ijoya, 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 our man Ijoya, 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 our land Ejo. One bit of beta loni jo, one two bit of beta loni flow. Deshola loni jo, te bagba deshibu lugo. And we do it dance, we do them so. One and one to turn so what it go. Our land jo, our land flow. Lyric story gong gong, lyric story gong gong.
Coming up, award-winning filmmaker, content producer, and musician Abay Esho talks about television content in Nigeria. And later, Ghana's most celebrated blogger talks about Nollywood and his message to Nigeria. The name Abay Esho certainly reminds many of us about the musical group Safari. He is an award-winning composer with over 120 songs written for over 100 films and television programs.
They all come with different different packages. I mean, different different storylines and plots and but then too at the end of the day, it's just picking. They are all about the Nigerian stories. I mean, village headmaster, the village. I mean, with the headmaster that is, that has a king, that has an amebo. You understand I mean, it's basically it's our story, traditional story. Story, and from there, we also watched Mirror in the Song. It just has evolved into the ability to shoot at almost the lowest cost. Producer, independent producer, they are churning out content. Contents are everywhere. You'll be shocked at how much of content. I mean, people are shooting. About 20 years ago, when we came to the industry, there are very few cameras around, and the cameras was, you can't even think of hiring a camera. Talk less of, So today, my phone can shoot 4K. I have lenses. I have phone lenses. I can decide to. I can create a content sitting out here. I can move around. I can do unbelievable things because I know where to. I know where to throw these things, and it costs me almost nothing but my phone and data. You understand? So the opportunities are unbelievable. The platforms are there. YouTube is there. There's no better time to be a film producer, a film producer or any kind of, let me use content producer than now, because you don't need all those paraphernalia of filmmaking, lights, and this and this. Because, Emanuela is an example.
Wait, though, Auntie, is it possible to have 2 passports at a time?
No, it's even a criminal offense. You can go to jail for that.
But Uncle Mark traveled to India with his passport, and his passport is still here.
How?
Does Uncle Mark have 2 passports?
I don't think so.
Coming up, a special message from Ghana's most celebrated blogger and an exclusive performance by gospel act Baptista.
Hello Nigeria, I want to say a happy 60th anniversary to you. Of course, you're a little bit younger than Ghana when it comes to our independence, but your 60 years has been a journey and lots of ups and downs, but through it all, I think you've shown a lot of resilience, a lot of resolve to be among the leaders regionally and then globally. And I would like to particularly congratulate you in your ability to represent African stories from your cinema landscape, which is now known as Nollywood. You have sort of become the 3rd and 4th force in cinema globally, and it comes out from a lot of hard work, a lot of learning, and wanting to be heard and seen.
Thank you for watching our special edition. We are bringing you more exciting editions in our coming series. You can also visit our YouTube channel at NTAETV to watch more. God bless our dear country, Nigeria.